For Chapter 1, the main points displayed throughout the passage were pertaining to the general idea of public speaking. The chapter states that we possess the skills necessary to talk in public because we use these skills in everyday conversations, because we interact with various individuals every day. However, our mannerisms that we use when talking with these people changes depending on whom we're speaking with. So the chapter also discusses the communication process, which is generally just an interconnected loop that contributes to the foundation of becoming a critical thinker. And being a critical thinker, in turn, allows you to become a more effective speaker. Chapter 2 discusses the principle of ethics regarding speech, which is utilized depending on what the speaker believes is right or wrong. Plagiarism is one aspect of how ethics contributes to creating a speech, and it's a substantial indicator of whether or not the speaker is credible. So this in turn can affect how you view or how the listeners view the speaker's message that they're hearing, as well as any future messages that they take from the speaker. Chapter 3 covers the audience and their role when listening to a speaker's message. The chapter discusses that the act of listening is kind of becoming a lost art because we tend to not be good at it anymore with the distractions and wandering minds. So when we wander from the presenter's message, it is possible to train yourself to resist any distractions and immerse yourself in the presenter's speech, as well as avoid judgments towards that presenter. The chapter also states that a good listener does not focus on the small details of the presentation, but they should instead listen for the main points and supporting evidence of the argument. So instead of attempting to grasp all the small details that's being said by the speaker, it would be more effective just to understand the bigger picture of what the speaker is trying to say. Chapter 4 covers a few aspects of giving your first speech. So in order to prepare your speech, the text stated that you should develop your topic in a way that's neither too broad nor too narrow, but also incorporate some suspense and descriptive language that will capture your audience's attention and add to the overall success of your speech. The chapter also discusses the three main points that a speech generally has, which is the introduction, where you should grab the interest of your audience and displays the subject of the speech, and the body, which illustrates all the details of the presentation. Lastly is your conclusion, which lets your audience know that you're finished with your speech, and it should reinforce the general idea that your speech covered. And all of these things should come from rehearsal and preparation of your speech. So lastly, Chapter 5 discusses how to organize your speech when preparing to give a presentation. The text states that in order to write a speech, you should choose a topic that you either know very well or that you wish to know more about. Being well prepared and utilizing credible information will contribute to a successful speech. When composing your presentation, it is important to be aware of who your speech is intended for and keep in mind how the purpose of your speech correlates to your audience. So without knowing who your listeners are, it may make it more difficult to effectively give a good speech.